Of course he'd arrive in that.
Miss Fry?
Hand him your weapons. We must enter unarmed.
You look ravishing, Catherine. I swear we'll never like.
Not in a million years, William.
So, madam, your cards. I seem to have
Where is my
misplaced
card?
Go on in, sir, madam.
Without cards. Dear Mary, I am soon to become Prime Minister.
What in the blazes is our carriage doing here?
Did I hear something?
No, just the voices in your own head.
And yet, they are so much more pleasant than yours.
Charming.
Aren't I?
What about her? She could be Prime Minister.
I shall go and find the Piece of Eden.
As you wish. I'm off to meet Freddy.
The plans are located in the White Drawing Room, which is most likely locked. The captain of the guard will have a key.
Ever entered politics?
But Helga wants the child to have a German name. As simple as that.
Just imagine.
You are going to escort me. Keep your mouth closed, and this will be over before you know it.
Who are you? What is that?
Hey, who do you think you are?
My arms! Did you hear that? Gentle! My arm! Gentle!
Good will come of that. You mark my words.
Helga wants the child to have a German name.
Gentle!
It's really as simple as that.
The lady is with me.
Much obliged.
Madam? That hurts. Gentle. That hurts. Gentle. That hurts. Gentle. Gentle.
Pleasant dreams. The plans are somewhere nearby. Now for the vault. Jacob's most likely off stealing another carriage somewhere, or accidentally pushing the Queen down a flight of stairs.
There you are! I have someone I'm simply dying for you to meet. Come with me. Your Majesty, may I present Miss Evie Fry?
You're the one responsible for Mr. Gladstone's mishap.
Your Majesty, I apologize.
The cake is particularly good. Enjoy the ball.
I really must be going.
Miss Fry, may I have this dance?
Mr. Starrick, you've had your fun, but the game is over.
Listen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Time is a wonderful thing, Miss Fry. It heals all wounds. We may make mistakes while dancing, but the mazurka ends, and then we begin again. Problem is, everyone forgets. They trip on the same mistakes over and over.
People can learn.
Can they? Isn't everyone around you repeating the same steps? But if one man could remember the dance, could know the time, then he could change things for the better.
I have had enough.
This dance is nearly over. Soon, the people will forget the generation on this terrace. The ruin you nearly wrought on London. When the music ceases, Miss Fry, your time is up. And mine begins.
How dare you disrespect me?
What happened? He's over here! Must ask you to move along, sir. Get your ass back here!
Indeed.
That's not to say. Nothing to see here, move along.
Hard to work.
And never to guess the hour on this. Ah, it's not worth it! Not another step, mate! Someone's up to no bloody good. Easy, easy, I've got
Something seems a little off about him.
Freddy.
Starrick peppered the regulars with his own men and took several guards hostage. Your weapons are in there.
Look.
Right. I'll kill the imposters and rescue the captives.
How? It's impossible to tell the difference.
Oh, ye of little faith.
amazing convoy is here! Lost him. Watch for the rook boy! Eat your eyes!
You're nothing to me!
Now to find the real royal guards. Hold still for a moment.
You have my thanks.
Watch yourself! I'll be on you in a flash!
You dim bloody bastard! Come here! He's as good as dead!
Watch it! He's a feisty one!
Put some steel in his back! I'll break you in half!
We're done here.
You'll feel my fist if you keep on!
Life out of here!
that'll be all.
The key to the waltz is one must lead with one's right foot.
Oh, my!
Everything all right, my dear?
Do you require assistance?
I never liked balls. Here, the location of the vault. Go!
Just like that? No plan?
No time for plans. I'll catch up as soon as I'm rid of this infernal contraption.
What? What are you doing?
Exploiting. I warned you, my boy. But you do not listen.
Requiescat in pace.
Jacob!
London will soon be rid of your chaos. This city was a safe harbor, a light for all humanity. What alternatives do you propose? Bedlam?
After Starrick! Don't worry about me. Attack Starrick!
The shroud was never meant for you!
You would rather... Let me rectify my mistake. Another prize. First you will fall, then the queen. I admire your pluck, but there is little you can accomplish. Jesus himself. Come closer, my... Planning on... Out of my city!
Evie!
We have you against the wall, Starrick. You're trapped. You cannot maintain this. Starrick, your end is near. You're weakening. Starrick, your reign is nearly over.
It has barely begun.
Henry! The crowd will not protect you! Jacob!
Evie, now!
Shall we?
Let's.
Together!
London will perish without me.
You flatter yourself.
I would have created a paradise.
The city belongs to the people. You are but one man.
I am at the very top of the Order!
You were, Mr. Starrick.
You were.
Shame we won't be partners anymore.
It's for the best, isn't it?
Are you gonna wear the shroud and run London?
Whatever it gives, it takes from someone else. You'd continue to age without me. You'd become like father.
A fate worse than death.
Will you wear it?
After you sorted out the boroughs, the chaos I caused, I couldn't compete.
Jacob Fry stepping back. Who's blackmailing you? Is it George?
He wouldn't dare. I've missed you.
Me too. Would it be possible to continue where we left off?
I'd love nothing more.
I'm starting to think Father didn't know everything about everything. Henry.
It's a big world out there. With London in the center.
Perhaps not the very center.
I came as soon as I could. Do not worry. I'll head back to the train. Did I jeopardize the mission?
Henry, you saved it. I think you belong in the field. With me.
A carriage! Nicely done, Freddy.
Mr. Aberline, please.
Your Majesty.
Miss Fry.
You've met before?
Did I never mention?
Mr. Aberline informs me that you three are responsible for saving my life. Is this true?
It is, Your Majesty.
Evie Fry, step forward. And you?
My brother, ma'am. Jacob Fry. And this is Mr. Henry Green.
Mr. Fry? Mr. Green? Kneel. Arise. I invest you all in the Order of the Sacred Garter.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
If you are as adept as Mr. Aberline implies, I may call on you.
Sergeant Aberline tends to exaggerate, Your Majesty.
We shall meet again. And Miss Fry?
Ma'am?
Should you want it, I saved you some cake.
Father would be proud of you.
Dame Evie Fry.
Sir Jacob Fry.
Race you to the train.
You're on.
It's taken quite a while, but we finally got down to Crawford Starrick, the man who has been, let's just say, concerned about his ever-loosening grip on London's complete infrastructure as Jacob continues to single-handedly take it all apart and not give a shit about the consequences. It's kind of surprising going over it now because I completely forgot that Evie Fry really didn't participate in any assassinations in this game by herself. Basically just been Jacob fucking around and just kind of going dick first into victory somehow. But now we're getting down to brass tacks. Crawford Starrick is about to... What's he about to do? Was he trying to wrest control of the city, or was he just showing up to kill Jacob and Evie Fry? God, he really didn't have a plan for this, did he? Oh, that's a shame. Since Crawford Starrick doesn't really have a plan, he decided to invite himself to Queen Victoria's Birmingham house party in order to threaten and kill Jacob and Evie Fry with subterfuge. Subterfuge, which included the incredibly, creepily awkward waltz with Evie Fry. And honestly, Evie Fry and her whole dress get-up, I mean, it's not really sexist, it's more like the cinematic quality of this game really shows how personally uncomfortable she is in her own dress, which is a mark of quality for the game and kind of a weird decision in the first place. But having her dance in that uncomfortable get-up, I mean, there's a reason this moment feels really fucking creepy. Again, complete mark of quality from Ubisoft, who usually just churns out complete garbage every year and expects us to eat it up. The set piece to finally get to Crawford Starrick was incredibly complicated and included both of the Fry twins for obvious reasons. I mean, this is technically the final boss of the game, so you gotta show off at this point, and it's a good idea, mostly, because when you focus effort on the beginning and the end of the game, and kind of fill in the middle as you go, it ends up as more of a solid story because you put the work where it needed to be rather than put all the work at the beginning and completely flubbed it at the end. Jacob and Evie have to try and sneak around this house party. It's a lot more complicated than you think because since this is Birmingham Palace, there's a lot of beef eaters you gotta work around, and inevitably kidnapping them in order to get upstairs and find either intel or some keys. I'm not really sure what Evie's doing. Jacob Fry manages to kill his way to the roof and is able to back up Evie Fry, who unfortunately wasn't able to guard the key to the Shroud of Eden very well, which allowed Starrick to steal it. He bolts from the party and goes 200 feet away to where the Shroud is buried. I'd call that a Deus Ex Machina, but that's just really, really dumb, guys. Like, seriously. Sure, the Shroud of Eden, it's buried in fucking backyard of Birmingham Palace, of all places. Then the actual boss fight starts, and unfortunately this is where the inevitable flubbing came, and the visions of fighting Unity and whoever the hell the big bad guy of that game was, came back. It's not as bad as whatever his face's boss fight was in that game, but it's definitely not doing a lot better. Mostly because Ubisoft wanted to focus on the two protagonists thing, but completely forgot that this wasn't the point to do it. It ends up just looking really stupid in a design sense, because the entire point is that one of the Fry twins is supposed to have a fist fight with Starrick. He can't get killed because he's wearing the Shroud of Eden and is able to make it work. The Shroud of Eden's power allows him to constantly heal himself. This wasn't exactly the best course of action to go to, and then when one of the Fry twins ends up getting blasted by Starrick's newfound AoE bullshit powers, the action switches to the other Fry twin in order to do the same goddamn thing and avoid precursor traps along for the bargain. And this switch happens 3 times. You have to do this back and forth 6 times to eventually kill Starrick, and it's just a fucking stupid idea. It's completely stupid time wasting. It's filler. It's something that didn't even need to be there. And this is where you really should go back to the Bloodline school of boss design, because you keep boiling it down, Ubisoft, to just regular human beings, and beating up a regular human is boring as shit. You should go back to that incredibly crazy superhuman people thing that Bloodlines was doing. It was the only thing that Assassin's Creed Bloodlines did well, but you should honestly learn from it because it would have livened up the damn games you're working with instead of doing this bull crap, where you're passing the baton in order to continue the boss fight, which just falls into goddamn cutscene kills. We don't even get to kill Starrick. The story killed him, which is honestly just a bit insulting if you ask me. I don't even know why you decided to include Mr. Green in this. He didn't even do anything. He tried to attack Starrick, he got punched, and he landed in a corner unconscious for the entire thing. Like, why is he even there? But honestly, the Starrick assassination was ambitious, to say the least, including a lot of different mechanics thinking outside the box, and including a lot of actually satisfying stealth challenges, you know, that we've seen before in the game, but now coming all together, it's just a complete experience. Ultimately let down by the fart of the boss fight that we got, which tried to do the Syndicate concept and ended up completely forgetting why it was fun in the first place. I mean, I can give you points for trying Ubisoft, but you really gotta stick to the landing. That's the important bit, especially since the bit that you didn't stick the landing on was the actual boss fight. That was the entire point of going through the assassination stuff, kidnapping people, killing people, going on the stealth route that you planned. This was the entire point, and it's not fun. So what does that say about the entire thing? I mean, at least we got to see the creepy waltz, which I don't think you're gonna be able to one-up anytime soon. Because that's just fucking weird.